So that certain Aquaman starlet decided to attack Kate Moss on the stand, and the reason for this? Oh, it is really, really simple. She decided she would make up claims about JD. She would throw in Kate Moss's name. She expected her to stand up. Well, guess what? She decided to stand, all right, but she stood with JD. So, hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. And to truly understand how messed up this attack is, and how much this attack messes up on that certain Aquaman starlet side of things, you have to understand something about her claim. She is the only person to ever utter the claim we're going to look at today. It has never been said by anyone else before. In fact, the source of it, from what you can tell, this goes all the way back to the 2020 UK trial. You have that certain Aquaman starlet bring this up on the stand. And well, Kate Moss never says anything about it. She never decides to go after JD. I think that makes that certain Aquaman starlet mad. So what does she decide to do? She decides to go after Kate Moss again. She decides to go after JD with her again. And this opens her up for something in Cross that could really cause her problems. I mean, after all, she's the source of something. So if it gets shot down, there goes her credibility as well. Now, to truly understand why she brings up Kate Moss in the first place, you have to understand what she's trying to attach her to. She's trying to attach her to what she calls the staircase incident. This comes up in March 2015, according to her. This is how it's described. I'm going to read it really fast. So soon after JD returns to LA, we got into a big argument one night because I found messages that showed he was cheating on me. I knew he had cheated on me before, but I did not think that he would carry on after we were married. I confronted him about it. He reacted badly. He started smashing things up all around the apartment, including possessions of mine in the closet. I went to the penthouse next door, where my sister, Whitney, was staying, and I told her what had happened. She came into the apartment where JD and his team were. I remember being very upset and crying. I also remember JD and I were shouting at each other, and at some point he started hitting me. Everything happened very quickly. I recalled Whitney standing between Johnny and I when he was trying to attack me on the mezzanine level. He pushed Whitney out of the way so he could reach me. She had her back to the stairs, and I remember being really scared that she was going to fall off the stairs. I lunged at Johnny to stop him from hurting my sister and struck him to protect her. It was an instinctive reaction to protect my sister. Johnny grabbed me by the hair with one hand, hit me repeatedly in the head with the other. His security stepped in and separated us. Whitney stayed with me that night after the incident. Now, as far as that attack on Kate Moss is concerned, the reasoning behind this for that certain Aquaman starlet, it is really simple to understand. She needed a big name from JD's past, someone she could attach in a salacious way that would probably distract people and make them not look at all of the minutia, because when you start looking at the minutia and the details, you'll notice multiple people have spoken out about this. Take Jennifer Howell here, for example. Jennifer Howell was the best friend of Whitney, the sister that was mentioned in that ordeal. Well, she goes on record to describe this according to what Whitney told her. Listen to this here. Second, when Whitney arrived, she was a mess. She told me that she tried to stop her sister, Amber, from hitting and attacking JD on the stairs. Whitney said that when she tried to intervene to stop her from going after JD, she nearly pushed Whitney down the stairs. She told me she was worried that she was going to kill JD. She told me she had endured that kind of abuse her entire life, first from her father, then from her sister, who she said was extremely violent. Now, other people went on record as well. You had Travis McGivern, that was security for JD, saying a fist reached across his back. It hit JD square in the face. No sister, no anything. That was just that certain Aquaman starlet. You also had Vince Jolivet. This was the partner of James Franco. He dated Whitney at the time. Well, he says, during a conversation we had in the spring of 2016, I asked Whitney why she had moved in with Jennifer Howell, the founder of the Art of Elysium, who lived 2 floors above my office, she relayed to me a story about having to stop her sister, that certain Aquaman starlet, from attacking JD, and in the process, how that certain Aquaman starlet almost knocked her down a flight of stairs. Now, as far as Kate Moss's name is concerned, right here is where that certain Aquaman starlet decides she has to bring her in. She has to attack her. She has to weaponize her. Why? Well, first and foremost, I think it's because she's an ex of JD. You've seen how she reacted to Winona Ryder. So, of course, there's the jealousy component. But beyond that, she needs to distract from those people that I mentioned. Why? Because, again, she admitted to hitting JD in the face, but beyond that, she also admitted to throwing a Red Bull can at him. That was also witnessed by Travis McGivern. So, Kate Moss has got to turn into the story. Listen to this here. This is Whitney that she's talking about, threw herself in the line of fire. She was trying to get JD to stop. Her back was to the staircase, and JD swings at her. I don't hesitate and wait. I instantly think of Kate Moss and stares. Now, if you're wondering, by the way, where exactly that came from, well, let's listen to what that certain Aquaman starlet had to say. Quote, in the summer of 2020, that certain Aquaman starlet claimed that JD pushed model Kate Moss down a staircase while they were dating in the 1990s. During the 2020 UK libel trial between JD and the Sun newspaper, she said, quote, he pushed Kate Moss down the stairs. I heard this from 2 people. Now, if you're wondering whether you could debunk that claim, the answer is an emphatic yes. The way that you do this is you go to Google Trends. Google Trends will allow you to see when things were being searched. You can put this over a pretty long timeline, but for the sake of the 2 trials that actually brought this up, I've set this to the last 5 years. If anyone was talking about it before then, you would see some interest, but you know what? You only see 2 blips on the radar. Those are some small blips at one time, too. Right here, you'll notice tiny blip that pops up. It pops up right in the middle of UK 2020. And then currently, you have it go off the scales. This is when the media decides to bring it up. The funny thing about it is, though, that the media, they even realize that certain Aquaman starlet is trying to attack Kate Moss. She's trying to utilize her as a weapon, too, trying to weaponize her against JD. They bring it up, but you know what? They don't bring up the why. That's why I put it in here. She needs to distract. She needs you to pay attention to something else, and she doesn't care what she damages in order to get that. That needs to be called out. That's why we have that here. But yeah, let me know what you think about this. Also, we have a link in the description. That is our way of combating industry nonsense. We have a book out there, that industry that insults you, denigrates you. This is our way of providing an alternative. We have 1 day left on the clock for it, so you should check that out for sure. Let me know what you think about this stuff too. And as always, appreciate the heck out of you. Can't say that enough. Until next time, we will see you soon.